Hi guys, so I thought I would do kind of like a little cook with me session. I know you guys really like these too, and I have been craving, and I'm like, oh my God, I have not had this in like months. Tofu scramble, but I'm gonna kind of jazz it up and put like a lot of veggies in it, or at least some, and I wanted to share that with you since I have not shown that in so long. If you are newer and you've never made this before, I'll show you how to do it. Now, I am gonna use this high protein tofu. I believe I got this at Whole Foods. And I will tell you, typically high protein tofu is extremely firm. And for a scramble, firm is fine. You're gonna see the dog in the back coming in and out too. But it can sometimes be like, it even says super firm. It can be too firm. It may not be the best for this. So I would say get like firm or even like a medium type if you're gonna make this, like recreate this. But I'm gonna use this because it's what I have and I'm totally fine with it. It's totally okay. I'm also gonna put some onion. I know it looks kind of weird on top, but the onion's still good, I think. And some zucchini, because I love zucchini. I'm gonna put a little avocado on top for some fats. And I'm gonna put the rest of the spinach I have, and then some seasonings, nutritional yeast, and all that as well. But what I also did, guys, is, you know what? Let me turn this on real quick. Does that help at all? Does that do anything? Anyway, I actually decided I wanted to make a list. So that's what I did. There's a list here of pros and cons, as today is officially my 1 month at the gym, 1 month at this crazy ass gym. So I'm gonna start chopping some of this stuff up and then we can like talk about this stuff as we go, but I'm gonna just chop up the zucchini. I probably won't use this whole thing, it's pretty big. So I have been sharing with you guys like week to week on my vlogs how things have been going, especially for that particular week, right? How I've been feeling, all that. Well, I don't want to be like super repetitive to that and talk all about like the foods I've been eating, blah, blah, blah. I've already kind of done that to kind of show you like how it's been going. I want this to be more of some of the stuff I haven't talked about, things now I can like reflect on more so than it is really like, oh, this week I did this, you know? And I thought you guys might enjoy that too. Sorry if you hear his toy, he found his little squeaker. Thought that would be fun. And you'll get Bear in the back. I just got out of the shower. I just got home from the gym about an hour ago. In fact, I'm still finishing up my like protein shake. I hate that like I blend it with a little ice, a little milk, and the powder. And it's good. But it kind of like, sorry, it kind of like, it needs more liquid. As I drink it, it gets too solid and I can't drink it and I want it. Anyway, my list that I made too, I just kind of worked on it a little bit ago, is not like in any particular order. Some are just funny. Some are more serious, I guess. So real quick, today officially is truly my 1 month. I started this at that gym on May 7th. May 8th, which is tomorrow, or June 8th, I should say, is tomorrow, is my official like 30-day, 1 month weigh-in. It was weird. I started on the 7th, but I didn't weigh in until the 8th. In May. So technically that's why I'm a day early on like I haven't weighed in yet, but you get it. Anyway, but yeah, so I'm officially at the true 30-day mark of beginning this. And again, tomorrow I will totally share with you my weigh-in results and stuff. And part of me was like, you know, maybe I should just wait to like show you that and then talk about this stuff with you guys. I'm like, you know what? It doesn't matter. Whatever that paper says, doesn't matter. This is what I feel in 1 month, you know, good and bad. So number one, and I literally made the list of pro and con, and they go simultaneously because kind of each one is a pro and a con in itself, right? So I'm gonna just do this last little bit. This was like half of a zucchini. I put me time. That is the pro. I am finally getting pretty much on a daily basis because I'm now planning, and I am doing that this week, in fact, to go Monday through Friday. And I do want the weekends off, I do, or at least 2 days off, whenever that falls. Just because I need it for many reasons, but I think there is still, you know, bodies need breaks. But with that, I am doing this again, like I said, 5 days a week now. And, you know, that's a good chunk of time. You know, it really is. From going from nothing to all of a sudden 5 days a week, it's a lot, right? So with that, it's really good. It's really good that it's just getting me out. It's making it where like, this is my time. No one else, this is me. I'm going. But with that, I guess I would say the con with that, like I wrote, is finding balance. Because in theory, my workouts go from minimum an hour, but more like an hour and a half, if not even 2 hours. It is a lot. I don't know what I'm doing here, but anyway, I just want a little bit of onion. So, you know, when you really do the math on that, that's about 10 hours a week that I've just added to my schedule, that I'm not here with my kid, I'm not here doing schoolwork with him, and I'm talking about when school's like really in session. YouTube stuff too, like, I mean, it's just all of it, like kind of goes, you know, to balance it all and have the time. It's hard. It is hard to find that balance. So really what I've kind of been doing recently is filming for the week on the weekends when I'm off from the gym, because the thing is like right now I could totally get myself together and, you know, film a video, and I have a few times during the week. But for the most part, I'm still pretty tired, or that energy level for me, being that I did go to the gym, and it's intense. My energy is still kind of, you know, finding its place, but it is getting better. It is. So now my days off are actually like doing YouTube stuff. And let me just say though, when I say that, it's a change up for me of like, again, finding that balance. But I mean, I love doing this, so it's not that bad. But it's just, you know, it's managing my time. It has definitely become a big, big thing. So number 2. No longer hiding. That is a pro. I am no longer hiding, like officially. When I put this all out there for you guys a month ago, I put it all out there. I did. And it felt, you know, some people commented that like, I know that must be so hard and we appreciate it, blah, blah, blah. And it was hard. Sure it was. But at the same time, it wasn't like, yeah, this is super firm. I hope it's good. We'll see. I'm going to use like half. You know, it wasn't that hard because I decided I'm done hiding. Like, I am done. I don't want to hide anymore. I don't want to hide my body anymore. It is what it is. And I just felt really, really like liberated from it's not even about being like on camera, just in life, like everywhere. I mean, anything, in person, whatever. I don't have to hide anymore, you know, like trying to hide my body and just, I don't know. Okay, so what I do is I actually just crumble this directly into the pan. And because this is super, super firm, I'm gonna try to like crumble it even like better. I'll show you when it's all in here. But yeah, so I mean, that has been actually, it's hard to put yourself out there for what it is, but it's actually been really, really nice. I was talking to Nate about that last night. I'm like, you know, it's scary and you're like vulnerable, but at the same time, it's just so like, you know, I don't know. It's just kind of nice. And I challenge you to like do that in your life, not necessarily online or whatever, you know, but just let go of something that you've been insecure about or you've been struggling with. Just let go of it, put it out there, or go do something that you haven't done in a long time because you are scared of what someone would think. Anything, just do it. And I bet you will feel so good, so good about it. So yeah, I put with that as a con. Like I said, no longer hiding was my pro, but my con could be I'm still like my own worst critic, right? Like I can still look at things on me and go, oh, I don't like that, you know? So there's that part of it, but overall, I'm trying hard to stay positive, and I know, again, I'm in good hands where I'm at. And if I keep doing this and keep on keeping on, the changes are going to happen, and they already have, but even more so. So yes, I'm my own worst critic, but I'm being a little bit, you know, more gracious with myself than I ever once had. So another pro, inspiring others. Like I get that not everyone is on YouTube or on some kind of social media where people are watching them, you know? But for me, like to be able to do this, like I said, day one, this is like really, really cool, you know? It's so crazy that like this is where my channel has come to when I look back at it all. Like it's just funny how like I feel like this is a big change, but it's also not. Like it's almost like it all led up to this, you know, and this is what it's going to be now, of just, you know, changing my life, but also incorporating what I've learned by being vegan and, you know, health and all that over the last couple years. And now bringing it all together, you know, that's really cool. And I get lots of messages from you guys, and it just like, it gives me chills. It really does, of like just things that you guys have overcome because of it, or you're gonna start doing stuff like because I am. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like it's just, it makes me so happy that like that's actually, this is what's happening now. And I feel like we have just such a great like community of all of us, and it's so cool that we can like help each other out here. So I love that. That is awesome. With that, because if you are inspiring others, what can happen with that as a con? You can be like to put too much pressure on yourself, right? Because you don't want to let anybody down. But you know, so I have that feeling sometimes of like, but you know what? It's almost good, because I'll have those moments where I'm like, oh, I want this big thing of French fries, go get it, you know, that's how I'm thinking, right? Oh, I want it, I don't care, blah blah blah. And in a way, you guys make it without doing anything. You make that completely pass and not happen, because I'm like, nope, can't do it. So then this is kind of what you want in your pan. You're just making crumbles, because what will happen if you've never done this before is it will totally end up looking like truly scrambled eggs. Kind of crazy. So I'm going to turn on my heat. So the next pro that I put was like-minded community. And what's really, really cool about the place that I chose to go to and have as like my trainers and everything, like my personal coaches, is everyone that's there. When I walked in, especially that first week, I mean, I was just such a like fish out of the water, is how I put like my own mind of like what this is going to be like, right? Hey, bud. But my first week, I walked in there, and I might have mentioned this already to you guys, that I walked in, and every day that I went that week, I just saw so many different types of people and like different levels of fitness on these people. Like it was just such a like relief in itself of like, everyone's here is at a whole different level, and they're here for their own reasons, but they're here. And everyone just has that like encouraging, you become a friend with someone so fast in that type of environment. You really do. And then as of 2 weeks ago, I mentioned to you guys on the last vlog that there was a new person that started, and I kind of clung to her. Well, literally ever since, guys, like we have been doing this together, and it's been great. It's been great. Like you just literally start finding like friends every day and you already have a really common bond, you know? And it doesn't matter if you are literally this big in muscle or this big in fat. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. It's really, really cool. Really, really cool. So the con with that is, let me get my spices for this. I'm gonna actually, you know what? It's kind of browning up a little bit. I'm gonna put in the onion and the, you know what? I'm gonna put the onion, not the zucchini yet, and I'm gonna put in the spices because I don't want everything to turn like the orangish, yellowish color. Okay, so I'm gonna put some nutritional yeast, which I love. Good B12, good cheesy flavor. But yeah, anyway, sorry. Like I said, this wasn't all planned out. But all right, put, I don't know, a couple tablespoons of that. Is feeling misunderstood by those who aren't there. So like Nate, my husband, he has been amazing as far as the support. He tells me every day how proud he is. I mean, it's great. It's really good. And luckily he was an athlete at once upon a time that like he does have a sense of what goes on and what, you know, I'm actually doing and all that. But at the same time, no one really knows what you're doing unless they're doing it too. And it can be tough, you know, and like my parents, they're totally being supportive, like completely, especially with like the food aspect. And when we go over there on the weekends and stuff, this is turmeric, and I'm going to put a little bit in there, which is totally going to give it that yellowy, orangish egg color. And let me kind of give you a little idea of what this is looking like, just like that. And which is great. But still, you know, I don't think anyone, you just don't feel like that connection of like them understanding truly what like your week is like, right? But this is all in your own head too. Sometimes we make it out to be a lot worse than it really is, as far as like people don't get it. Maybe they do. Maybe we just don't think they do. I don't know. That's just how you feel. This is some garlic powder because you put that in everything. Okay, then I'm gonna get some non-dairy milk. I'm just gonna use some flax milk, and I'm gonna put that in here like you do with, again, like scrambled eggs. This is gonna start making them like creamy, kind of blend all those flavors together. And I basically like just let this like cook away until the liquid is gone. But look at this, look at the color of it. Ooh, losing it. You see that? It's really, really good too if you do add like the fake sausage and that kind of stuff. Like it's really, really good. Like chorizo, the soy rizo, yummy. But I'm not gonna do that today. And then I'm gonna put in my zucchini now. And yeah, so that's been a little challenge in itself of just, you know, it's a whole different world, you know, it really is a big change. Oh, this is a kind of a comical one. Pro, my clothes don't fit. Con, my clothes don't fit. And it's definitely changed a lot. I've been adding so much more to my Poshmark, guys. I really have. So I have that link below still, always, and you gotta check out Poshmark, because luckily with that, I'm like, I don't wanna go buy a bunch of new clothes yet, because I'm still like, yes, it's awesome. I'm like losing weight till like my clothes don't fit. I need new clothes. but I'm also not done. I'm nowhere near done. And I don't want to buy like a bunch of stuff that I'm going to just get rid of again, right? So I have actually been loving Poshmark even more. I didn't know that was possible. And just buying like a couple items here and there, like some shorts. I have like no shorts right now at all. Like sweatpants like I'm wearing right now, that's totally fine. Big shirts like this, totally fine, you know, but like going out into the public, I don't got much. So that's kind of fun, but yeah, I've totally been using Poshmark for that. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of seasoned salt too from Trader Joe's, just a little bit. I think salt is just yummy. And then that's pretty much it. And then when this is like, the zucchinis cook down a little bit more, I will add the spinach to wilt it in, and that's about it. This kind of goes with the food thing, and I mean, I think that in itself, the diet aspect of it all can be its own video in itself of like, bottom line is no matter if you go to the gym or not, like nutrition is number one. Number one, you're not gonna get really results unless you change up your diet, right? So I just put as a pro, genuinely caring about my nutrition. But the con of that can be like, because I'm eating so differently right now and just trying to figure things out, is I'm eating a lot different than like my husband and my kid and stuff. So it gets a little bit just like, no, I'm gonna have this tonight and you guys can have that, and you know, it's not a big deal, but it's just been the change this last 30 days for sure. But again, I'll save more of the nutrition side of it for like another video. Pro, not eating out as much for sure. We have gone, I think, maybe 3 times in 30 days for like some type of meal out. But like really, I haven't had fast food. I guess Chipotle's kind of, but just once. I haven't had fast food in 30 days at all, which is a big deal. I mean, it's a lot for us. It's a good thing. Like I said, it's a pro. The con with it, I would say, for just us, is we actually genuinely enjoy eating out. We really do. But let's be honest, it's so expensive and we shouldn't do it as often. It should be a treat. And so it's a superficial con. Pro, seeing my body change. Finally seeing it. I have definitely lost about 15 pounds. Yeah, 15 pounds since like December, January-ish. This past like year. Or I should say past 6 months, right? I have actually even talked to you guys about that before. So I was already like kind of, you know, working on it. It was just a slower process, which is totally fine. Okay, I'm gonna put the spinach in here. But because it was a lot slower, which is not a bad thing though, it's not. You know, I didn't notice it really. I really didn't notice. And I'm gonna put a little more milk in this just to kind of help the steam happen. And then I need a lid. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. There we go. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so I didn't really notice my body change much. I really didn't. But it did, and that's great, you know? But literally in the last 2 weeks, so not even 30 days, because I'd say the first 2 weeks I felt different, but I didn't necessarily notice, right? The last 2 weeks, I can tell, not Nate, which he totally can, but my point is like me, I see it now. I see a difference. You know what a big difference is? I don't know if it's really gonna like translate on camera much, but I am getting these muscles right here, guys. Like this is insane to me. Like that's crazy. I've noticed this. Even this, like my collarbone area, like it's just different. My arms are definitely getting stronger and I see it. And I can see that I'm like brought in more here, you know, than I once was. And I even posted a 4-week kind of body shot of like before and after in 4 weeks. I'll put that here for you guys if you missed it. It was on my Instagram. Follow me there. I've been posting daily there of just things going on. Yeah, it's really, really, really cool to be able to see the changes, you know, it really is. So then with that, seeing my body change is the pro. The con is wishing I'd done it sooner. And that is so true. Like, I feel like I've found what I'm meant to do. I really do feel that way. It is hard. It is so hard. But it's also like, it feels good. It feels right. I'm not dreading it. I'm starting to hit that like kind of addictive stage to it even, of like, I know I'm going to have a lot of ups and downs still to come. I know that. But like, it's been really, really good. And I feel like this is meant for me. So I just wish I would have done it sooner. But again, like I said already, I think so much of the changes we've made, even though in the past few years, it's all led to this, you know, it really has. This is kind of a weird one, and I've had a few people ask even, as a pro and con though, not knowing my goal. I kind of have a number in my mind that even I went over originally at like the orientation of all this with the coach, of like, you know, a number that he's good with, a number I'm good with as far as the weight goes, for the sake of health, but not, that was literally for that, but truly a personal goal. Do I want to be a true bodybuilder? Do I want to be this huge thing? Do I want to be like fitness, like sleek, slender, leaned out, fitness guru? Is that what I'm trying to do? I don't know. I don't know. Do I just want to be healthy? Do I just want to, the joke is I want to look good naked. That's just a joke, but you know, is that my goal? And, you know, I don't know yet, because some people have asked, like, what are you trying to do really exactly? And the way I explain this too is I say, I am at a place that is CrossFit and bodybuilding. That is how we are trained. But does that mean I'm going to be a bodybuilder? I don't know yet. I don't know. Right now, it's still about like learning as much as I can and perfecting the form of it all. It's just kind of weird to not have a goal. It's kind of a pro and con. I think this will change, but right now I'm just not sure. This was my last, but definitely not least, is my anxiety. I will say I am not someone who like suffered maybe severely with anxiety, but I definitely have it, and I do struggle with it a lot. But it's not necessarily something I have like daily as a problem like some people, and I'm so sorry. But I will tell you, and I was talking to Nate about this again last night. Okay, here's where we're at. It's basically done. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? Let me turn that off. I'm gonna put a little bit of this everything but the bagel seasoning on top too when I put it on my dish. Okay. I have probably had 1 or 2 times in the last month where I just felt a little bit like anxious. That's it. And maybe it's just because I'm so tired. Maybe that's why it's like depleted. I thought I put anxiety has been depleted. Okay, I may not eat all this, but anyway. Yeah, so good. And I think it's just, again, kind of all comes down to like finding my niche, guys, like finding what I was supposed to do. And I think that people who do have anxiety or suffer like that with it, this could definitely be something for you. It just gives you that time to yourself to not think about anything else but getting through what you're doing and doing it well, right? Putting half an avocado on this. It releases, like even Nate says, releases so many endorphins, and I'm starting my day that way too, and I just feel so much more like chill when I'm home. Again, I could just be tired, but I just feel a lot calmer, a lot more patience. And I feel like too with my kiddo, again, doing like homeschool now this last 6 months, you know, I need patience. I need it. And we have our days, you know, and I just feel like this is good. This is helpful in so many ways beyond physical, beyond looking good naked. It's so mental, guys. It really is. And that, my friends, is a tofu scramble. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? Yeah. So I hope you enjoy cooking with me. I can go in definitely more about the whole anxiety side of it and stuff. I really can. As we go too, and how that goes for me. And yeah, but I just think that if you're on the fence about, you know, starting something like this up, just do it. That's what I wanted. Okay. I said I may not eat it all. I could be wrong. All right, guys. So, officially, I will give you my numbers and I will show you my printout from before and we'll compare and contrast tomorrow. Hi guys, so it is actually Saturday morning. I did go yesterday and do my official weigh-in, and here's my official results. And I have before and after shot for you as well. But I will be honest with you, yesterday morning, is that how you say that? Yesterday morning, last morning? I don't know. I actually woke up, of course, on the day that you weigh in, right? Woke up with my period. And it was kind of like happy cramps, because what's kind of crazy in all of this is I haven't had one since the last time I mentioned to you guys, which has been months. And it's funny how like I got it on the 30th day, right? Kind of normal. Anyway, I don't know. But with that, it is a doozy, and it is really, really intense this time. And so yesterday I did my before shot, or I'm sorry, I did my after shot. I felt so bloated and like great, you know, but I did go to the gym, get my official weigh-in, and I dressed to like work out and stuff, and I couldn't do it, guys. I couldn't do it. So I did weigh in and I came home and just laid in bed literally like all day. That was my day. And yeah, it was just one of those days, and that's okay too. Even my trainer was like, just rest for the weekend, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's all good. I'm gonna just take the weekend off. But I was just like, of all the days, right? But I am excited to share this with you guys. I have been mentioning this to you in the last couple of vlogs, and I haven't really shown you this. This is like, it tells you everything, you know? And yeah, so this is there's an app for it too, by the way. It's called InBody, and that is like the machine that I'm using to weigh in on. It breaks down everything. So this was from May 8th. May 8th was my first official weigh-in date. It's right up there. And then right here is my first initial weigh-in, 191.6, which is what I totally shared with you guys on like my first video on all of this. What I didn't tell you is like how that all broke down. And here's where I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna turn the camera around and stuff and show you exactly how all this kind of works. Some of this is gonna be like, I have no idea what you're talking about because I'm still kind of learning it all. And then some of it will totally make sense to you, and you might find it really interesting because you probably never knew this was even something you could know about your body, right? So I'm gonna show you, and the results are really, really good. My coaches are proud, and this is just the beginning. So let me show you guys. All right, I put literally a piece of gum over like my ID number, they call it. And I don't know if I'm supposed to show that or not, because since this is on an app too that you can like put this in. I don't know, guys, I don't know. So anyway, I'm just covering that up. But this is me. And again, this is the paper originally from May 8th. All right, so right here, you will totally see, again, my total number of what my initial weigh-in was, 191.6. My lean body mass out of that is 110.7, and how they get that is they take your dry lean mass and your body fat mass, which are these two right here, to get that. Again, this is all like, I'm like, huh, at first. Then you have your total body water weight. And that's the intracellular water and extracellular water. Then you'll come over to here, muscle to fat analysis. Again, you have your total weight, you have how much like muscle, skeletal muscle mass you are, and then how much body fat you are. And so my body fat mass was 80.9, and that's where I'm gonna show you a pretty good size difference for my first 30 days too. Again, this is my initial weigh-in paperwork right now. And right here, you'll probably be more familiar with this, obesity analysis, the BMI. And BMI is a pain. Like, I mean, I think most people, even when you look at them from the outside, you can be like, oh my my God, if they couldn't be any more fit, they probably are still like tipping the scale on the BMI index. It's crazy. And so they're not even that worried about that number as much as they're more concerned with the percent of body fat that someone actually has. But anyway, my BMI at that time was 33.9 and my percent of body fat was 42.2. And then it's kind of hard to tell, but this is a little bit lighter of a gray area versus the black of like where I am. And that lighter gray area, again, kind of hard to see, is where like an ideal, like where you should be ideally based on your gender, age, and height. And again, my height is 5'3". Here's where I was like, whoa, I didn't know this machine could like do this. So it's segmental lean analysis. So you can see there how much like my right arm weighed was 6.5. My left arm was 6.33. The trunk area, like my torso, is 52.9. That's where I carry a lot of weight. And my right leg 15.96 and left leg 15.98. And so next, this is this acronym here actually stands for right here, which is basically you're taking your ratio of the water to total body water, the extracellular water to total body water, and it's an indicator of like your body water like balance. And then down here, this is where like we're gonna start seeing like lines. So as I go, I'm gonna have like this chart kind of look all funny, and you'll see that on my next one. Again, like a current weight, current muscle mass, current percent of body fat, and the water like ratio. Then I came over here, and again, the same paper. So up here on top, based on all those numbers, my body fat mass for me to be in like an ideal range from 191.6 pounds, I needed to lose 47.8 pounds of body fat. Now that doesn't mean like if I gain some weight in muscle, that's totally different. We're talking different weight. But for the true body fat, this is what I should lose to be truly in an ideal place. And then right here, I thought this was very interesting too, is it tells you how many pounds, again, your arm, each arm is the torso area, the right leg and left leg. But this is also like the fat analysis of it. Kind of crazy to see that. And this is my basal metabolic rate. And if you are not familiar with that, that basically means that is exactly how many calories I burn every day just by breathing, just by doing nothing. If I laid in bed all day long, that's what I would burn. So if I did that, just to put that into perspective, if I laid in bed all day long, then I would need to eat less calories than that to get a calorie deficit, therefore to lose weight. But of course, when we start moving around, we, work out, whatever it is, and even just walking around your home, that number of course goes up and we burn a lot more. So at the end of the day, you just need to have that calorie deficit. But yeah, if you were not familiar with when you see that BMR, that's what that stands for. So again, at that time, that's what my BMR is. Now, what's funny is this will actually, you would think, go down if, you lose weight, because then you have less weight to carry. And that, I guess that can be true, but it's also not true if you gain a lot more muscle, because muscle burns a lot faster than fat. So it's kind of interesting. And this really made me go, oh, wow, I never even considered this. This visceral fat level is basically, this is how much fat is around your organs. Right here, you'll see that it tells you what it is. Amount of fat surrounding internal organs in the abdomen. Maintain a visceral fat level under 10 to stay healthy. Mine was a 17. And again, so I need to be under that 10 to be considered more in a healthy, place. So that was, again, guys, my first initial weigh-in. And now, 30 days later, here we are. So my total weight now is 185.6. Now you might see that, and that's great. It's awesome, but it's not like this drastic change maybe. But here's where it's kind of crazy. My body fat mass is now 71.4 versus 80.9. So I essentially lost 10 pounds of body fat this last month. But you're gonna see there, well, why isn't it 10 pounds difference here? Because I gained muscle. And so it's kind of crazy that I did that, And when you look at these numbers now in comparison to, we have now, this one even went up. So right here, the skeletal muscle mass was 62.8. It's now 64.6. And my body fat mass again now was 80.9, and again 71.4 is where I'm at now. My BMI is now 32.9 versus 33.9, so that went down like a full number. And my body percent fat was 42.4, and now it's 38.5. That's a pretty good jump in 30 days. When I looked at this at first glance, I was like, oh my gosh, I gained like weight in all of these areas, like the arms and legs and everything. But really, sorry for moving so much, but really they are up a little bit, but it's all muscle difference. It's crazy. My water ratio thing, that's pretty much identical. And then, like I said here, this is where we're going to start seeing these numbers like go everywhere. So my weight did go down, my skeletal muscle mass went up, and my body percent fat went down. And then this went up a little bit as far as the water ratio too. But when you come over here, this was a big difference. So again, only the fact that in total, I lost, you know, only that 5 pounds or 6 pounds difference. But now you'll see over here, I only have 37.3 pounds to lose instead of 47, because again, I gained some muscle. And I thought this was really interesting too. Now look, my fat analysis of each arm, it was 6.4 pounds. Now it's 5.5, 5.7 versus 6.6. My trunk area, that's definitely still where we're gonna work with some even harder, but 42.3 is where I was. Now I'm at 38.1. My right leg was 11. Now it's 9.3. So, I mean, you're seeing these big differences here. And what I was talking about too with the BMR, it's already gone up, not a ton, but it did go up a little bit because I'm more muscle now. I'm burning faster by doing nothing. So kind of interesting. And then the fat level, again, this is like around your organs. My level did drop 2 points. So I'm still not in the clear, but I loved seeing that that did go down 2 full points in 30 days. So that is it, guys. That is my number. And I'm going to show you guys now my before and after picture in 30 days. And I just want to thank you guys for all your support. It means so, so much to me. I want you guys to know that you can do this, and it just takes consistency and support, and you can do this. So I really, really appreciate you guys, and I can't wait to show you month 2.